Hey guys, what's up? And I had to fix this goddamn lighting. There we go. So today I am happy to reveal another Transformers Age of the Prime figure for you guys, and this time we have one of the figures that I've finally been trying to get for months. So anyways, if you guys already seen the previous toy hunt, which I think it was about February 22nd, I finally got this right here. I'm gonna bring the camera down a little bit. There we go. So today we're gonna take a look over is the Transformers Age of the Primes Voyager class, the 13 Amalgamous Prime. Sorry about that, I had to clear my throat for a bit. So before we continue on, you guys do me a little bit of a quick favor, so I'll be right back. Hey you! Stop what you're doing! Like, comment, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and enjoy your day. So, I got this in my local Walmart, and it was the only copy that they have left. And I'm actually pretty excited to have this in my collection. This one was part of the new, I think, Wave 4 of the Age of the Primes. Well, of course, Wave 1 for this year of 2026. I know some of you guys are probably going to correct me in the comments, but this one is part of Wave 4. And I'm actually pretty happy to have this in my collection. So you can see right here, Amalgamous Prime in his robot mode back there, and his vehicle mode over here, the artwork, which is actually pretty nice and awesome. Transform to 21 step robot to tank. Yeah, this is a Cybertronian spider tank. Well, a frog-like Cybertronian spider tank that TF Wiki gave me, so yeah. On one side of the packaging, you can see Amalgamous Prime artwork right here on the side, holding the transformation cog, or T-cog for short. Nothing on the top is that had the name of it. Nothing on this side right here. You can see the rest of it right here with Onyx, Nexus, and Legion Maxim. Not Legion Maximo. Quintus right here. I still need to get Onyx right here. And back of the packaging right here. And you can see the Prime artifact right here. This time they have it in Cybertronian languages, but if you guys can tell me what they're saying, I'll be grateful. But of course, this is the T-cog. Like I said, transform to 21 step, robot to Cybertronian spider tank. But not only that, this one is a parts former, so that means you can take it apart and do all this, which I am going to show you in today's video. So yeah, now let me show you guys all these stuff that Amalgamous comes with. So I'm going to place everything. Oh shit. Everything right here, so you guys can see. Oh, there it is. And this right here. Let's bring the camera down a little bit more like that. And be careful. I really need to buy a new tripod, because the one I have for very long time, all the ball joints I have for that one is messed up. So it comes with his signature weapon right here, his sight, which if the camera can focus, it has his signature sight right here. It's on a hinge, so you can fully in like that for weapon storage. And there's a little pig right there. Just a little standard gun right there, you guys can see. Then it's actually connected in to the sight right here, and of course, this would be a part of the Cybertronian tank, which I'll put that away. These two pieces right here, cast in this translucent orangey yellow plastic right here. Painted in silver, which is actually pretty nice. This little random piece right here that you guys can see, that you can actually stick it in down here on the side. And last but not least, the transformation cog right here. It is very small. Stupid lamp. It is very small. Do not lose this, because this is actually also the eye of Amalgamous Prime. So, well, for real, don't lose this. And you can see, if I can zoom in the camera right here we have Amalgamous Prime symbol right here, which is actually pretty cool. So, let's put this all to the side, and here it is. Amalgamous in his vehicle mode. Just trying to make sure everything good. But wait, it's missing something. Yep, we need to put everything back in. Everything right here. What does it actually look like? So, just gonna do it very quick for you guys. The teacock, I'll probably do it for during the transformation. Yeah, by the way, be very careful what you're doing when you're putting the weapon on there, because this will probably happen, and believe me, it's a bitch to do so. Literally, a bitch to do so. The way I do it is just open this little canopy like that, push it back in, quickly close it back up so it doesn't, oops, close it back up so it doesn't pop off, and I'm going to make sure everything's in here. And that, the tip for you guys if you're having some issue actually, plugging in to this. But yeah, like I said, I'll put the teacock later during the transformation, so yeah. So here it is, vehicle mode right here, and like I said, a Cybertronian spider tank. And can I be honest with you, it does look a bit weird, but the painted sculpted detail on the vehicle mode looks pretty cool. The dull gray right here, this shade of gray right here, with a little bit of like a gunmetal gray in this part right here, you guys can see, with this color right here, and silver, it does look pretty cool. And like I said, it is kind of a bit weird with the gold accents on it, and it's actually pretty nice. And I think Hasbro did a great job, making Amalgamous Prime vehicle mode. And damn, this is actually pretty cool. Now, the one thing I actually like about is using the robot arms. All four of these right here are the robot arms, representing the tank, which is actually cool. And the rest of the tank treads right there is on the feet right here, is on the top, which is actually painted in matte finish black. And thinking by the look of it, it looked like jet black finish, which is actually pretty nice. I do like the weapon storage right here, which is so amazing and badass, but unfortunately you cannot move it right here because all of this is in the way, so that's kind of sad. And I actually do like it had like actual eyes on it right there, so I think Hasbro did a great job on it right there. Unfortunately though, the robot head is all the way down there, so that's kind of a bit sucks, but it doesn't like, popping out. And yeah, it does have some articulation, of course, like the arms can go up and down, but that there's the transformation, but not that transformation, the robot mode, which I'll probably show you that later on. Oh no, wait, maybe I could try to probably store the teacock in there like this. Hold on. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so never mind. I don't need to do the transformation. So yeah, I do like the Cybertronian spider tank. It's actually one of the coolest. There's nothing actually to say about it. It's so badass, and I love it. Now, like I said, I am going to show you guys like the configuration of all of this right here. So, the first thing that you actually want to take this figure apart. Yes, I know parts forming sucks, but he's actually also a weaponizer, so yeah. But let's actually take him apart so you can see what you guys are actually dealing with right here. Doing that. Now we're just gonna untap these, bring this out, taking the robot legs right here, and you can see all this right here, all the components of it that you have. And I know some people are gonna say that's parts forming. Yes, like I said, I know it sucks. I know a lot of people hate it, but it's part of the fun about it. Unfortunately, though, you only left is this bulky right here, but there's two pegos right here. So if you have any Transformer figures with some siege ports on it and holes on it right there, you can use it as like a hovering device right here. So Yeah, so let's put this to the side, and let's actually start off with one of the configuration. And one of the easiest one is one of the coolest. Well, somewhat coolest. You flip these up right here and connect it, like so. And there you go, you have part of the vehicle mode right there. If you buy like multiple copies of Amalgamous Prime, which if you guys want to spend out a lot of money, you could do have like a bunch of like vehicles like of it right here, which Amalgamous Prime has the ability to transform into anything. He's the shapeshifter and the one that created the T-Cog. Anyways, you flip all this right here, spin the arms around, the hands around, and you can see we have this one in flying, so you got land and air. Now, for the other one, you just put this down, connect these two to the side, right here, doesn't matter which side you go. You got this right here. These two are in, they have little wheels, so that's actually pretty nice, but there you go, you got that. And of course, split this also, which is a pain in the ass to do so, but you do it like this, and there you go. With this, yeah, you could do a lot of like imagination of it, but this one is actually one of my favorite. Connect these two right there, fold all this down like so, connect these parts to the side like this, like so. Oop, this one almost got away. Connect this back again, sandwich it. Let's see here. Now, I think you want to have, before you actually connect this in, you want to connect this part like that. There's two pegs on the side right here, and there's a peg hole right here, one here, and of course the one I already connected in. Duh. And you actually want to connect all of this in, like so. Doing so is a kind of a pain. There we go. It has a bit of an issue. There's a peg hole right here on the top, and of course there's a small peg on it right here. You just connect that in. And lastly but not least, for these two right there, you just, I think you have to connect it to the side, like, I think? I may not sure, or probably like so. Hold on, I'll be right back. I gotta check the instruction very quick. I know I did like this, but I know it did have like this. So let me check first. Okay, it doesn't need this. It doesn't need these two. So, and there you have like this small little tank right there. So like I said, you have a bunch of imagination to do so, because of course this is a part of the weaponizer. So yeah, and that's actually pretty cool what Hasbro did, and I love it. Top notch on it. Alright, so I'm going to change it back to the Cybertronian Spider Tank, and we're actually going to do the actual transformation of it, so I'll be right back. Alright, so the transformation is actually somewhat fun and simple, but also a kind of bit a little confusing, mostly the part of the arms, so yeah. So let's starting off with by detaching this spot right there and removing the side, and just flip it out like that and put it to the side for now. So let's see. So you want to open this part up, detach these hooks right here. Yes, these little hooks right there that you guys can see that go into these grooves right there and that connected in. So that's actually pretty nice. So you want to get that. Then I would recommend to get the head out also, not like fully complete, like get it out at an angle. Okay, by the way, the head does pop off, so be very careful and also don't lose it. If you lose it, then you're an idiot, and plus you're screwed. Okay, so you wanna, let's see here, Move everything out of the way. I would recommend to bend the elbows of it right here. Oop. Like so. Spin this around. Now, I have the legs backwards like an idiot. Like so. Okay. Now, straighten out the legs like this, and this part right here. Then you want to bring like that to the other legs. And have this just for now. You will have to angle again while you're doing this. Now, this part right here, if you have to fold this out, but for some reason, for my copy, it's very stiff. It's like it's actually hard to get it out. And I have no clue why. I would recommend to move these little parts out of the way if you have any issues with it, but why the fuck is so hard to get it out? I might have to like actually pop this off. Oh my god. You have to bring all of this out. I don't know what. Okay, here's the thing. I actually have some issues with this copy. For some reason, this part right here of the both sides of the arms are way too stiff. So I have to put lubricant on it. And it still functions perfectly well. And yet I forgot to put lubricant on this part right here. You have to fold it out. Why the fuck? It's so hard to do. Like, come on. Anyways, close this panel back up. And you have to bring all of this up here. And that will connect it in. Next thing to do is by detaching this right here. Because this is on a small tab right here. That you guys can see. Small tab and this little slot right there. Then you want to bring all of this up also. Also, by the way, way too stiff. And I kind of messed it up, by the way. So let me bring this down just a little bit. You want to... There we go. Like so. And you want to bring the body down like that because you want to have it as a hunchback. And like I said, the legs, you had to work with it because he is a hunchback transformer, so duh. The legs, I also have a bit of issue because they were stiff as hell. Now for the arms, like I said, this is a little bit confusing right here for the arms, so be prepared. So let's see, if I can remember, you want to have it like this, and this up here, this pops up once again. You want to bring the hands facing like this. Like so, same thing for the other one. Like I said, this part is so confusing. So I don't know if I'm doing the right way or the wrong way. So I do apologize for you guys. Jesus Christ. Alright, I might have to go to YouTube for this because this is a cluster right here. This is a clusterfuck right here, so I'll be right back. Okay, so there we go. I kind of fixed the issue with the confusion of the arms, but you have like an option, I guess. You have it like this, like that. It doesn't matter, but I want to have it like an angle of it right there, and just connect these pieces to the side, like so. Make sure everything is fully angled. and nice and good. Okay, there we go. And there you have Amalgamous in its robot mode. Yeah, like I said, the transformation is so confusing, mostly because of the arms, but when you get the hang of it, then good. And can I be honest with you, this is a good looking robot mode, and I like it a lot. Now the TF Wiki is saying this one is representing from the Transformers 1 look, because if you guys remember that one, that version of Amalgamous has a hunchback. So, this is like a combination between a Transformers 1 version of Amalgamous combined with something else I have no clue of, but it does look pretty great, and I do love this a lot. Alright, so let's actually get on with the issues that I have with my copy. The issue what I have is the arms right here on both sides are way too stiff. The legs that I have on both sides, even for moving the in and out movement, stiff as hell. Even this part right here, like I said, is extremely stiff. And I have no clue why. So I don't know if it's the issue of my copy or it's the same issue like I have. So if you have that issue with all of your guys' copy, I would recommend to use lubricant to fix that. So yeah. The head sculpt, by the way, it does look pretty cool. He does have like somewhat of a light piping right there, because of the T-cog are inside right here, but having like this, you have no access to the T-cog. And of course, the head does pop off, so be very careful, like I said, and which is kind of a pain in the ass to deal with. The back, though, it doesn't look kind of great. There's like hollow right there. It's not that good, to be honest with you, so unfortunately, that's how it is, which kind of sucks. So, yeah. And I kind of do like the mechanical detail that they give him right here. And can I be honest with you? It does look pretty nice. I still love what they use the tank treads as the feet right there, so it can actually like roll along. Pretty cool what Hasbro did. And I love it a lot. Nice gear detail right here. So badass. I love it. And extremely love it. So articulation wise, head only can go left and right, so which kind of sucks, because of course then I swivel right there. The neck can go down that far, but if you have this part down like that, but that due to transformation, you can see he's looked down, or he can look up that far like that. This piece is in the way, so you can remove it. The arms does go full 360 degrees right here. This upper part right here can go up and down like that. Same thing with this one. Swivel the arm right there, a 90-degree bend on the knee right here, and the bend right here. Wrist can go full 360 right here, and does go up and down like that, so that's actually pretty nice, and you can do a lot of posability of it. Waist, up, the head also does pop off once again, which, like I said, it is a pain in the ass and a bit annoying, so be careful with that. Waist can go full 360 right here. Like I said about the legs, that were stiff in my copy, so it does go forward, back that far. It does go in and out like that. Swivel at this part right here, full 360 to the knee. The hind knee right here, so does go like that if the camera can even focus. Does go like this. And you do have an ankle pivot right there. So postability with this figure, you could do a lot of it, and it is pretty fun and easy, but also pain in the ass to do so. So yeah, good luck with that. And of course, you can hold the side of any arms right here. You can, of course, you could take this off, but you can actually do like this. And there you go. And yes, you can actually dual wield them. Not dual wield them. Hold it with both of his hands right here. If I can use the other hand to do so. Like I said, mine is way too stiff. There you go. No, there's a lot of possibility options to do so. You have a lot of imagination. So yeah. And it's actually pretty nice and cool, but a little finicky and a jumble mess. So alright, so I'm gonna go pause the video, give it the final pause to give you guys my final results, so I'll be right back. Alright, so final result, pretty good figure, but a little finicky and, like I said, jumble mess. And I still love this figure, but just be very careful what you're doing, and make sure you have some lubricant to actually fix the issue that it's part of the joints are stiff. So yeah. All right, so I'm gonna end this right here, and pretty much that's it. So yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention there's actually no weapon storage. I think I could be wrong, but I might have to double check. So yeah. So anyways, you guys have fun, stay safe, and I'm always I'm out.